outside and have you guys high five. This is great. We'll stand right there, yeah, right there. And as they come up, we'll have to come through you guys. All right, I think they're outside the door. We're gonna find out in a second. Do we have Rob Paulsen out there? Robbie Paulsen. Rob Paulsen. Hey! Right behind him, all the little sister, Tress MacNeill. Next up, how about Jess Harnell? We have Pinky, and we need the brain. Where's Maurice LaMarche? Share, right?
Tony is a friend.
Maybe you know who we might have brought in as a special guest.
I don't know.
These folks wouldn't have voiced those characters. The creator, the brain, no pun intended, behind the Animaniacs, Tom Ruger's here.
I'm showing this jacket, you guys. Look how good that is. But man, my brother, you look fantastic, by the way.
I feel like I've seen that jacket somewhere.
Me and Tom are going to do Vegas magician stuff after this. I love the shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, all our friends are here. How are you guys?
Yeah, over here in front. Anyone who wants a funny picture, here you go. You got the Animaniacs in front of the Animaniacs.
Hey, can I get a picture of the
There
Animaniacs?
you guys move over.
No, I gotta continue. Let's see. Come on.
All right. 4, 3,
Okay, that's enough. That is enough.
1. All right.
And I think there's only one way to start this, you guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, New York!
All right, folks, thank you guys very much.
Get ready to be taken over by Nicky and me.
All right. So this is a Q&A.
This is the Q&A.
I told you guys that. You
I got a
have
lot of questions to ask you guys, so get
to
ready.
bring the cues. So let's see, you know the rules. Who's first? Do we have any hands in it? I saw you right there. Yep. Stand up. There you go.
Oh, wow. I got the first question. As it should be.
I'm going to answer for him. Yes, every check cleared.
I can answer too. I don't know why I hired these guys either, but what can you do? Anyway, go ahead.
So my question is, from the preaching of your characters, what inspiration from maybe your hometown and selfishly our shared hometown in Touch, New Jersey, maybe the inspiration comes from your characters?
Touch in New Jersey. Everyone must visit there. It's the cutest main street in America. You know, I grew up there, and I think all the teachers I had, they were a true inspiration. In high school, they actually encouraged me to write silly little stories. And my third grade teacher encouraged me to draw on my math homework. So, and my mother kept all those things, and so Metuchen was a great time to grow up in. Really great.
Thank you very much. All right. Oh, that was fast. Right here.
Maurice, how did it feel to be a Jeopardy clue the other night?
That was amazing. And my phone was blowing up. You're a Jeopardy clue. You're a Jeopardy clue. The clue was, the answer was, an organ that weighs 4 pounds, or Pinky's pal, voiced by Maurice LaMarche. There's no apparatus on the writing staff of Jeopardy, I promise you. But I think the person, there's a lot of animation questions that show up. So I think somebody in the research staff is definitely one of us. Fans of the genre and everything. But it was really like I quelled, as they say. Wow, I'm through on Jeopardy. I guess I amounted to something after all. So, it was wonderful. Yes.
Ain't that right? I have a 4-pound organ. May I show them?
As long as you don't play it, Pinky.
All right, thank you. You in the back of the glass, Jess.
They all have glasses, Jim.
If you had an episode where you switched the voices of the Animaniacs on the stage, who would you have playing what part too?
I would ask them which voice would they want to play. Yeah.
Who do you want to play?
And Rob, any of these people could do any of them. But Tress, would you like to do the brain?
I'm gonna be wacko.
I think everybody's a good voice for you.
Well, he never wears pants and he eats everything, so that's
Good luck.
For me, I have to go with Yakko just so I could, for once in my life, go United States Canada. That would be pretty cool.
Out! Rock of America!
Speaking of switcheroos, Tom had a brilliant
Do a switch move.
idea, and we executed it at least audio. Remember? Yes, I'm Mr. Pinky, he's Mr. Brain, and it was to be in the style of old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And I took the part of Pinky. I was Mr. Pinky, and Rob took the part of Mr. Brain, and we totally switched persona, but did each other's voices completely off the nose, because basically we just did sucking at other people's voices. And
Let's do that for a living.
Genius little episode that we
I don't
should
know if
have
it-
gotten to animation point, but I don't know whether we were canceled before that got done, or somebody,
Pokemon took over.
what's that?
Pokemon.
Pokemon took over, yeah. Which, by the way, I apologize for my part of that.
Okay.
I'm the guy that was the promo for Pokemon. Here's, close your eyes.
Sure, that hell.
Pokemon on Kids WB. I helped drive that moving forward. But it was a genius thing, and it was great for us to kind of see how much we looked into each other's dynamics as the characters, and they would look like Pixie and Dixie and Mr. Jinx. I mean, that was what it was going to be. I wish that had come to fruition.
I got to say things like,
It must be inordinately taxing.
It must be inordinately taxing.
Yes.
instead we got Elmira.
You know what, that show though, is more, I actually bought it on Prime, paid money for it, and you know what, it holds up much better than I thought it did. At the time when I was making it, I was like, but now Pinky's the Larry. He's the little character, he's the one who's not so crazy, because Elmira is this really annoying character. But it's something about it worked, it actually was better than
That was our, I think our final Emmy of that era.
Yeah.
All right, right here, yes.
First of all, Animaniacs has been one of my favorite. Animaniacs has been one of my favorite shows since last year. I just watched it last year, and it brought me so much immensible joy. So here's my question. Honestly, I want to talk about innuendos. What was the best innuendo you've ever voiced and wrote and stuff? I'm talking about.
Well, Rob's big innuendo, because Rob can say that line that sort of closes the night.
Good night, everybody.
Be careful walking your car, son. It's really good. And that really is, he could use that anywhere.
Yeah.
It immediately turns everything into an innuendo.
Anything into an innuendo.
We have to dust for Prince.
I just thought I could.
I think so.
Thank you, Mr. Weaver.
All right, Beetlejuice, go right ahead.
Yeah, but
Hi, this is a question for Tom. Aside from the Warriors and Pinky and the Brain, what's your most favorite sketch in Animaniacs? Because I love the Good Feathers.
The Good Feathers.
As far back as you can remember, you always loved the good feathers.
And what's your favorite Good Feathers?
Split.
Oh, no, you don't have to say that. But what's your favorite episode, I think is what's on there.
Yes.
What's your favorite Good Feathers episode?
Well, there's a lot of them. How Split became one of the Good Feathers.
Okay.
Ah, yes, that's the first one. Great. So for Slappy, I love Bumby's mom.
Bumby's mom, she's
And I love Les Miserables for Rita and Mark. And for Yakko Wakko Dot and Pinky the Brain, for me it's impossible. I love so many of them, I can't pick one.
Can I say very quickly, one of the cool things about getting a chance to work with Tom and the beautiful Gina Kirby and Mr. Spielberg, when you get a chance to work with people at that level, not only is it a privilege to just do the gig, but you get to work with even special people in terms of performers. And I got a chance to work with Bernadette Peters at a recording session with us. I know you guys here are very familiar with Ms. Peters, but I'm good at my job. But there's a difference between a professional and a star. And man, I mean, when she opened her pipes, she was the kindest, most down-to-earth, hardly devoid pretense, and she sang like in the middle of the note. It's the weirdest thing, but then you go, oh, I get it. She's a star. I mean, I'm good. She's a star. So that is what happens when you get a chance to work with Tom. And, you know, Eric Idle played Pinky's mom and dad. And I've seen it naked. Oh.
They see us naked every episode.
Turns out there's a fine line between funny and felony, Brain.
You crossed it and got away with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Dot has the question.
Favorite line from each character?
For who?
anyone.
Okay.
For Rob.
Down the line, down the line.
Oh, sorry about that.
Line? The one standing in front of my booth right now. I really like, we like really naked people.
Do you feel like paper?
Well, you know my mom's name is Dottie. You call me Dottie, and you're Dottie.
Okay, Dottie. I won't call you Dottie, Tress.
For me, it would have to be Putty Emergency in the hard all the time, you know, including now.
Somehow Pinky thought of joining the daughter party. From our ending episode of Pinky and the Brain Christmas.
If we called them sad meals, no one would buy them.
There are so many of those, and of course we continue to come up with new ones, but it's really something when you see all you nice folks who come up, and some people say, sad to hear you say, I think so, bang, but if we call them sad meals, no one buy them. And then, I don't want anything, I'm just gonna go home. Okay?
Well, you know, that brings to mind something I just want to share with you guys, and it's absolutely true. It's like, I know that you guys have loved this show, it's been a part of your lives for a long time. And, you know, you come up to the table, and you're all so kind, you say thank you so much. But we want to thank you, because, you know, all the time that you spent with us, we spent with you back, so it was reciprocal. So we've all been friends for a very long time, and we thank you for that.
And if I could just add to that, I forgot to pack black socks. It's not a fashion statement.
Miami Vice, actually.
All right, that one slipped by. We let it go because it was thought. Those of you that booed, you were on it. Next time we'll get it better. Over here. Yes, little man.
Hi, buddy.
Hello? Joe.
Any advice for hypothetical joke creators?
I couldn't hear you. Who's it for?
Any advice for a hypothetical show creator?
Now,
That's for Tom, right?
That's why it's the Tom.
Any advice for
I wanna ask another question.
Start creating shows. Just write show ideas down and build on them. Like, put them away. Write the other show ideas down. Keep it going. Get your friends to help you make skits and shows at school, and you'll wind up and you'll be up here like Bob and entertaining the world.
In other words, you'll lose the hypothetical.
Yeah.
By doing it. Do.
Yeah, and the most important part of the equation, brother, is don't give up, because even though the road is long and sometimes it's uphill, if you keep going, you're gonna get where
I'm like
you
one of the
need to be.
biggest
Because
fans
you
of
ain't having your
Animaniacs. One of the biggest fans.
All right, gentleman, right there, yeah.
This question is for Tress. If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be?
Any what?
Any superpower in the world.
Any superpower in the world, what would it be?
More than utter charm.
The ones I already have.
Yeah.
Well, I always wanted to fly. I think flying is good.
I want to add something to this. I want to add a joke to it.
Yeah. And being invisible would be too creepy.
I want to add a joke to
Speak for yourself.
I would say fly, yeah.
Can I add something to that? Be Power Rangers instead. Be Power Rangers instead. That's another superpower.
There you go.
Remember that?
Be Power Rangers.
Ray, you have your glasses on hand, yeah? On your head, yeah, do it.
Hey, this question for Jess. I love Crash Bandicoot.
Thanks,
So
man.
it's cool to see you go from one childhood icon to another one. Thank you. So I wanted to ask if you knew there was another Crash game. Probably.
You know what, dude? I don't know anything until the morning I leave the house. What happens is they call me. I'll tell you a very quick funny thing about Crash Bandicoot. When I started doing these cons, people asked me, they said, my agent Jeff asked me, he said, well, do you do any video game characters? And I said, yeah, I've done some video game characters. And he said, like what? I go, there was something like some Bandicoot thing. And he goes, you mean Crash Bandicoot? I go, yeah, I did that. And I go, is that big? He goes, yeah, it's really, really big. So I never know what the heck I'm doing. I don't until I show up. But I can tell you that it's such a huge honor for all of us, because you look back over the years that we've all put into doing this, and there have been so many things that have given us the honor of being part of your lives, and it's like, holy smokes, man, at the end of the day, we get to go to bed knowing we made somebody happy, and that's never a bad thing.
We started only in our world, only Jess could be a part of it. We were rehearsing at Randy Rogel, our genius composer, Fred Reed, and Animaniacs and concert tape.
All those great songs.
All on our way to Randy's mom and Burbank to the lake to rehearse. And I got a phone call from Jess, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Bravo, I'm ready a little bit late. I said, okay, man, I'm ready to get now. Okay, so, dude, I'm stuck in an elevator. In my house!
I was. And even better than that, it's a story for another time. I can tell you another time. But where I live, in this house with this elevator, is 2 doors away from William Shatner. And I haven't seen him in like 5 years, but for 20 years he thought I was Gene Simmons of Kiss. Legit, man. Legit. It was the best thing ever. Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, yes, and the black hat.
Or should I say, hello? I'm Pencil 5.
I'm so sorry.
What was your favorite episode?
My favorite episode, The Voice of Animaniacs? Well, as I said earlier, every check figured out. Is there anything else we can say? No. Well, again, I'm not trying to be coy, but seriously, as an example of what Tom and that crew gifted us with, the very first song I recorded, and the very first song that was written for Yakko, was Yakko's.
Yakko's World recorded in one take.
And now, talk about a high bar. I mean, every one of them had laugh out loud funny scripts. We were encouraged to add our own special sauce to stuff. It was a very long audition process, as it absolutely should have been. But the biggest, most wonderful aspect of the entire experience was that everybody was absolutely egoless. And by that I mean writers, producers, Randy, Richard Stone, Julie Steve, incredible. So we were all encouraged to add something or whatever. Hey, how about if I try this? Great, go ahead. It might end up in a show, it might not. But I promise you, that collaborative effort with no worries about stepping on somebody's creative toes is what ended up on the screen. And that is exactly why it worked so well, because we really were a cohesive unit. And that's because of our mob boss,
My question for Rob.
Yeah.
You're one of my biggest voice acting idols. Everybody.
Well, how much? I mean, I thought it was pretty average. See, you mean, thank you. Well, thank you for lowering your standards.
As a hypothetical voice actor, I was just wondering if you had any advice for somebody.
Voice acting advice. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
the gentleman, what is your name, sir?
Victor.
Victor? You're already, you're a Victor.
I'm an alien. I'm a
Victor
pussy.
asked if I have any advice for a budding voice actor. Yes, obviously you're in New York, so you have unbelievable amounts of improv and Black Hawks, whatever. The smartest thing I did,
How should I
when
improvise
went to
Rob?
LA, just after the last supper, cheeses with a party. And so I knew the smartest thing I did was to surround myself with performers who freak me out. And one of whom, is right here. I'm on Tress MacNeill.
I was pretty scary, and it's scary. Some days, I had the bad.
For 40 years. And a gentleman who was a good friend of me and absolutely helped me out with that whole thing was Phil Harper. I remember working with Phil, I'd seen him at the Groundlings, and I have to see it. I tell you, you are terrifyingly inspirational. And that was a perfect example. And it was Phil who said, back, thanks, man, but this is about you. I get stuff from people, I do this, we all steal things, we do this, and we make them our own. And that was the smartest thing I did, because I have a lot of people like that who just made me, I can't do that. So I find my own version of that. But that inspiration is good. So find people who are like mine and they blow you away because they're so freaking good that you don't think you can. You will.
Yeah, you join a little theater group or take a improv class.
Always good.
Just always out there with people who have the same kind of enthusiasm for performing that you do. You learn little by little. Don't be scared. Just keep going. And another class, another class, another class.
Yeah. Our happening line is voice acting is small V, big A. It's all about being a good actor. The rest of it will take care of itself. So study, do scene study. I took a writing class. I studied with Daniel Simon, Simon's brother, for a year, and it changed the way I thought comedically, which was perfect. It came right along with the perfect time in Animaniacs because the character has to get in trouble, and that's the most important thing. Your character must be in trouble, and that's something Danny taught me that I didn't learn in any acting class. So study everything. It's all grist for the mill, and like I told our young friend there, use the word hypothetical. See yourself doing it, because the ship goes in the direction you're looking, not what the arm is doing back here. So look to the horizon, see yourself as an actor, as a voice actor, not a hypothetical, not a potential. Just see yourself doing it, and you'll get there.
The meetings run on these two, so you might want to wait afterwards. They take credit.
This lady right here with the mask on. Yes.
Hi. So Tress, I feel like I know the answer to this, but if Babs, Bunny, and Dot were in a fighting ring, like one night only fight, who wins?
Who wins in
If
what?
Babs and Dot were in a fight, who wins?
I think Babs.
Oh, let's see a showdown.
She's got.
Babs has boy energy, I think.
Yeah.
She
scary. Dot has that too, but she wants to get along and she uses her femme power. And Mom uses cuteness. But if it came down to fisticuffs, babs.
Thank you.
Is there any show that you guys would love to have a voice act on?
Ooh, what do we do? That suck. You can be louder than that. Ask one person, one question. If not, you lose your turn.
Yes.
Who's it for?
Oh, just for one person?
Yes.
Rob?
Everybody with a pulse in our business, if they're not able to be on Animaniacs and Pinky event, wants to be on The Simpsons. And Maurice has. Tress has done what, 8,000 of them or something?
You did every one.
And we all, of course, Nancy and Danny and Harry and all those people are so supremely gifted. The longest running scripted show in the history of freaking television. Wow. And that is a bad one. I don't think they'll ever happen because, need us. But for a good example, we're all good friends with Mark Hamill. I gotta stop calling names, but Mark said the only way I got on the show was playing myself. And so, yeah, that is a dream of everyone, but dude, if it stops right now, with all due respect, I'm here in New York.
Yes, just
With all due respect to Lou Gehrig, I consider myself the luckiest man.
I just feel like I wish I could have, I had a shot at playing Joker. And I read for it on the Batman and missed it by that much. I would love to do something in the Batman universe.
I'll tack on an anecdote very, very quickly. We all audition and then you get callbacks, right? Callbacks when you go back and forth. And I had like 7 callbacks for this one project like 25 years ago, and it got down to me and one other dude. And we kept going back and forth. And he got the gig. And I remember going home, and I never take this stuff too seriously anyway, but my buddy asked me, he goes, oh man, you didn't get that job? And I said, yeah, it's no big deal. Who's gonna watch a show about a talking sponge anyway? But it's all show business, man, and I'm just happy to have done the things that I've done. It just goes to show you never know what's gonna stick, do you?
I was one of 3. I got down to the last 3 on Moonlight. So yeah, I was eliminated just before test gradings with chemistry reasons, civil. So we all have those things that where we almost got there, but you just gotta go. It's the right person got it, and I've gotten jobs that other people wanted. It's just you just move forward and take the job and give them $10 for their nickel.
I came one facial mask short of being a diamond distributor for Mary Kay.
I regret nothing.
Next question, I
guess, for the sake of following the rules, my question's for Rob. As an aspiring voice actor myself, I was just wondering, how do you wear?
Hey, I love that impression.
How do you hold church stock? How do you not wear out your voice when doing a bunch of roles? Cause I know you detect this.
I don't do that. No, I'm sorry. That's good job, well done. Outstanding. Good for you. It's fun, isn't it?
It is.
That,
it's so much fun to do these voices.
Yes, it is. And that is the best part. Have fun.
Have fun, okay?
You can do it in your car. You can do it in rehab. That's so much fun. So, in terms of taking care of my voice, actually, that's something about which I have to be concerned now because we're getting a chance to do Animaniacs in concert. Maurice, Randy, Rogel, and I.
By the way, we'll be at Rockville Center, the Madison Theater, weekend on November 17th. We've got a free night with it. So if you want to go out to the island and hear us sing the music from Animaniacs, I mean Randy Rogel.
And it's really fun. And you can, thanks for mentioning that, you can go to robpaulsenvoice.com. All our dates will be there. However, that's a perfect example because we have a tendency to do 3 shows in a row in different cities. And yeah, by the time I'm done with the 3rd night, I'm pretty worn out. So we build in a week or so between those, if we can. And I have obviously trouble shutting up.
Worn out already.
Yeah, and that's something I really have to work on because I purposely then don't go to dinner because I don't want to shut up. So I just go all kinds of cool preparations for your throat, vodka. Honestly, just rest it.
Cuban cigars too, right?
Yeah. But like my host said to Tom, even if you're not able to you get sick or your voice and don't wear it out, you know. You're your best judge about when you're starting to get tired. So when you do, just stop.
30 years of friendship.
30 years of friendship. Which we had
30 years of that.
And say, look, I really, Mo especially.
I walked away from Toucan Sam. No, I got to be Toucan Sam for a longer time. Yosemite Sam. Can you imagine? Oh, I hate rabbits. Toucan Sam. Ooh, eat them Fruit Loops. I had to walk away from Yosemite Sam in 2016 because I was showing up to Lexus sessions. I was the voice of Lexus from 09 to 16, and I was croaking, and I had to make a choice. It's like, hey, do you keep the job where they give you a car, or do you scream your lungs out as a little redheaded angry man? And I had to step back because they wouldn't give me a raise, and they wouldn't give me Fridays. So there it is. So you protect yourself by protecting yourself.
And if you don't monitor yourself carefully before too long, the only voice you can do is this one. Oh my God, my voice is gone.
Good luck to you, sir. Have fun.
All right, the red hat. I can see you right there standing up.
Hi.
So the old Animaniacs had their own movie,
Wacko's Wish. Yakko's Wish. I remember that film. Right.
What? Say again?
I can't. We can't hear you. Who are you asking, and what's the question?
What do you think about
There definitely should be a new Animaniacs movie, right?
Hell yeah, Wacko's Wish came true.
Let's just bounce this idea around. Just open it up. But don't you think that the Animaniac characters would work well in a sort of a Roger Rabbit sort of live action world?
See, that's why he's so early.
And maybe there should be like a quest of some sort.
Nah, it's a live action.
And the Good Feathers and Slappy Squirrel. I mean, the whole Animaniacs universe. Not to be crossed over in the real world because it's happening against this particular thing.
And wouldn't that be beautiful? So,
and Michelangelo, find out what happened to the seal.
So, good idea.
Nice picture. Yes, right there. Yeah.
This one's for Maurice.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. That's your question. Thanks so much.
In an official production, when was the first time you used the Orson Welles voice before it landed on radio?
In an official production. Yeah, because I used to do the voice just as a vocal warm-up and bore the shit out of everybody.
Oh my God.
But I think the first time was Tiny Toons, right?
Tiny Toons Adventure.
Toon Physics?
With Tiny, with Toons.
Right, good. Remember that? It was Orson Welles, so I owed it to Tom Ritter for letting me bust out my Orson Welles voice for the very first time in animation in the Tiny Toons interstitials called Toon Physics. So it was Orson Welles as a whale.
But as a series regular, he walked in to do the audition for many characters, including the Brain, and he started warming up as he normally warms up doing the Orson Welles Peas commercial. And then he started reading the copy for the Brain in the same voice, and he instantly won the role of the Brain.
You didn't read anybody else for the character, did you?
Not after that.
Right, but I was the first audition of the day. It was the only audition I've ever been on time for. I had the 9 a.m. audition at Screen Music, and that was the name of the studio, right? It was way out in Sound Castle. You're right, Sound Castle. And it's like, my agent, do not be late for this, do not be late for this, because you'll throw the whole day off. And so I showed up 15 minutes early, I had a 9 a.m. audition, and I just, Brain looked like Orson Welles to me. I didn't know he was based on Tom Hinton.
Right.
So I saw those jolly cheeks and that furrowed brow, and I thought, well, they obviously want me to do great. I mean, they obviously want me to do worse than Wells. And it turns out that that was not what you had in mind at all, and I fooled you.
And Rob, we loved him so much, and we knew the show had a lot of singing, that we sent all the auditions to Steven Spielberg. And we didn't tell Steven who the people were. We numbered them. So the 1 and 3 and 7 and 10, number 10, Yakkos, those numbers were all Rob doing different Yakkos. And yeah, Steven picked the right one.
Yeah. That guy's got a future.
Right, yes, you.
This one is for Tom. We all know, as you just mentioned, funny enough, music was such a big part of Animaniacs.
Oh man, the music goes hard.
I was curious to know, recorded or not, what are like the top 2 songs that didn't make it to animation in the original series that you really wanted to see animated?
Oh, should be interesting, right guys?
I may have to throw it to my colleagues, but there was one that Randy wrote, which was really funny and really cute. There was a Judy Garland song from years ago called Dear Mr.
Your baby loves you?
Yeah.
Dear Mr. Gingrich.
Yeah, so anyway, but this was a version for Dear Mr. Gingrich. And he was a congressman who was basically selling something to America, and Gingrich we didn't like him. And it was a hilarious song. Dear Mr. Gingrich, or may I call you Newt, there's just one thing I want to say. I really think you're cute. That was for Dot. And Stephen hated Mr. Gingrich too, but hated him so much that he didn't want his name mentioned on our show. So he killed himself.
There's also, we talk about this in our show. We do a number of songs that Tom would say, yeah, thanks, I want to be this way. See you tomorrow, boom. And of course, that's what it's his show. And so we talk about how Randy, being a staff writer, part of what makes him so profoundly gifted is that he can't wait till the muse hits him. He's just got to write a song. But there's one really cool ending that we had kiboshed. And you guys know there's a great big universe and we're like, okay. So Randy wrote that, and this is the ending that they made us take out. Understand? It goes, it's a great big universe and everyone's a part of it, and no one knows we all live here together. It's our home forever. It's a small world. If you're gonna mess with a mouse in Burbank, that is not the mouse with whom you want to mess.
Don't mess with me, my friends. And find out.
Right there in the back, yes. 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 Stand up. Thank you. You gotta speak up, we can't hear you.
Oh, talking characters that converse with each other? Don't the scratches and yakko? Yeah, it's great fun. And of course, because of the technology, I can do all the lines of one character first and then do the other ones and the others and put it together, and it's great. The guy who was the best at that I've ever seen in my life, whom we all just love, is Billy West. Billy can do it. Almost do the acting stuff. He's just remarkable, of course. Tress works for on Futurama. I'll tell you what was really fun is when on Ninja Turtles, I got to be 2 turtles. But if I lived to be a high, I can knock them all out. But where Donatello of the Nickelodeon version got to meet Raphael of the 1988. And that was pretty cool. It was, and this is another example of how deeply these characters connect with people, and that is the most beautiful thing that you folks allow us to see, is the extent to which you've allowed these characters into your lives and your children's lives. It's a big deal. And we premiered that episode. It's called Transdimensional Turtles at Comic-Con 10, a long time ago. Big room where the old turtles meet the new turtles. And when the lights came up, everybody was doing this. And a number of times we all get people who come up to us and through cheers, there's a character in there. Man, woman, straight, gay, old, young, black, white, doesn't matter. And, you know, we'll start doing our stuff and they get a little tearful. They start saying, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm doing this. I do. Because when your brain is developing, well, you can keep for that now. It's like your mother's cooking. It's like your grandmother's perfume. It's like the first song you ever just thought of when you were in love with someone. Those earwigs and those voices are hugely powerful. And we get to hear people say, you know, I was in the foster system. I went to 5 different homes, but as long as there was a television. Are you kidding? Yeah. We cannot ever quantify what that means to us. So,
Questions for Tom. Is there an actor or voice actor that you haven't worked with that you want to work with?
Mel Blanc. Yeah, Mel was doing Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes like the week before I started at Warner, so I just missed that train. So, but you know, I had the opportunity to work with Dawes Butler, June Foray, and Don Messick. You talk about the voices. He once I witnessed this, and I know it sounds impossible, but Scooby and Scrappy were falling off a cliff. Don Messick did both voices. He did Scooby and Scrappy, and he was directed. We'll do Scooby first. Roll! And then Scrappy, he said, no, we'll do them together.
It's really good, by the way. That was an excellent impression.
He did them both together. I think he had a double larynx.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Our buddy, the beloved Frank Welker. You know what? Frank has been Freddie since Woodstock, since 1969. And that is such a beautiful thing because it shows you that it's about the authenticity of the character. And Frank is unbelievable.
We talk about doing multiple voices. Frank does this bit where it's like, what, 6 ducks?
16 ducks.
6 ducks or 8 ducks?
Yeah.
He does 6 ducks.
Yeah.
At once.
At once. It's remarkable. And Billy has that sing. He does like 2 good throat singers. It's ridiculous. And probably gets a lot of hits.
Well, the throat singing is part of the belch stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I do a 2 good throat singing.
Well, that's where you belch.
And yeah.
Oh, hang on. Here we go.
Stop real quick.
I'm a great one. That song is called Blue Chunks Band.
I'm just stunned.
Exactly, because the only time I can burp is at really formal dinners.
Yeah. You still won't lend me the jacket, though. All right. Wacko, yes.
I should say thank you, really. I grew up.
Which one of us? Me especially, right?
I have a chance to say it to Tom personally, but I wanted to say it to the rest of you. I grew up with the joy of experiencing and watching you guys, and I influenced my children.
Not the best thing ever. Thank you so much.
both are. You guys mean so much to us.
You mean a lot to us.
And you know what? You guys are welcome at the Water Tower any old time.
Right here in the front, yeah.
He is Lurr, ruler of the planet of darkness.
That is amazing. Did you make that? Oh my God.
Totally awesome work. Has David Cohen seen that yet?
Yes, actually, all the writers got a picture of me.
Oh, awesome. I need a picture of you too. Okay.
You gotta see this so it doesn't pass out before it leaves. It's incredible costume.
Cosplay.
Do you have a look? What's wrong with you? I understand.
Make the one of your flavor free anyway.
Do you have a favorite insult from Futurama?
No.
You know that I love jamming a squirrel in it, you crap. Also, a permutation of that is jam a squirrel in it, you bastard. Jam a bastard in it, you...
The original line was jam a bastard in it, you crap. And they did not box with the pass out of it.
Yeah, and I used to think that that was the worst thing that I would ever have to say, or get to say in a cartoon, but we passed that.
All right, right there, Joe in the hat. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
One more time? Yes. Yes. I'll never get tired of it. It's so rich. If you ever get a chance to do Orson Welles, it's on YouTube now, audio only. And just Orson Welles speaking version. There's so much there. Hearing a genius, hearing a man who has peaked in his career at 24 years old, making the greatest picture of all time, and being reduced to taking phonetic direction from two simpering British advertising people, and you just hear that all of it, the bitterness is unbelievable. I just find so much comedic gold in there, and I just keep trying to get there more and more. But Phil Proctor gave me the very first copy I had of it, New Year's Eve of 1984, and I listened to it for a full 5 years before I just listened to it in my car over and over again. And I'm going to roll around that one more time. No, wait, it's roll around that one more time. And I would just luxuriate in his absolute disdain for these people. And then I got to learn to do the other two guys. I think the way you need to bring it up because it's not this conversation. Take crumb out good. The protest is beef burgers. Do you take directions from two people? No, I have directions from one person. I'm going to protest, but from two persons still. Who the hell are you anyway?
I have a question for Maurice. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
I'm a big fan of Animaniacs because I love
Let me
it
pass
so
it
much. What is your favorite Piggy in the Brain episode?
My favorite Piggy in the Brain episode. It's a tie between our Christmas special, because Pinky gave me the world, and but I also have a really huge spot in my heart for Bubble Bob Break. Because to me, that's the one where we really found the characters, where we found their dynamic, we found their voices. The voices are slightly different in that one, and that's the voices we settled into. I just found these are who they are. And oddly enough, it's the one you were going to say?
No, I wanted you to sing I Am a Lemon.
Oh, of course. But it's the only, it was a one-off for Sherry Stoner. It's the only episode she wrote, and yet I really feel she's really got characters. I am a lab mouse, I escaped from my cage. Get ready for it, because you guys are all going to follow my spell. Never had a job, never earned minimum wage, but you will respect me, yes! When the fan is unfurled, you will call me your leader. I'll be king of the world. Now, Pinky, now.
Next one, right here in the back. Yes.
Question is for Tress. What has it been like as a woman?
As a woman?
You know, people ask me if I've encountered any obstacles or problems being the fabulous babe on the scene, but it really has never held me back, I don't think. I mean, it's only served me well. It helps in our dynamic because we are like brothers and sisters. And coming from a large family, I know how to deal with multiple boys at a time. And so I think that it's always kind of helped me. And because I'm able to come out victor in a lot of these situations, not just in cartoons, but in life. I feel that being a woman has really helped me. Not an unfair disadvantage, but you know, just keeping up with everybody. Everybody does his part. Everybody does her part, and you will succeed, no matter if you are male or female.
It also helps that we really do only look at talent. In the Annie Awards, there's no dividing line between male performance and female performance. It's just great performances. But you know, to my mind, the voice actor to whom I aspire to be as good as is Tress MacNeill. I consider Tress MacNeill the one that every upwards of her knocks it out of the park. And every time. I want to be as good as Tress. Yeah. I think you're the greatest voice actor there ever was.
Well, that's true.
Tress.
Yeah, just, and what Tress won't tell you, and what we know, those of us who have been so fortunate to have her in our lives, like I said earlier, I've known Ms. Tress MacNeill probably since about 1970.
You got 4 minutes left.
I was fine.
Yes. Tress MacNeill is unequivocally, unchallenged, the preeminent female voice talent in the history of Hollywood. It's the truth. She's really effing remarkable.
Yeah. I go beyond that. I say voice talent, period. Female, male. I just find her at the very pinnacle. And it's, you know, truly, somebody who had a lot of time on their hands actually did a website, The Voices of Futurama, and all the characters we play. The person with the most characters isn't Billy West. It isn't me. It's Tress MacNeill, 74. Gravelly voiced old ladies, and they all are separate from each other. I mean, I'm lucky if I have one gravelly voiced old lady.
And Babs, Buddy. How many impressions did Babs do over the years? I mean, just dozens and dozens of male and female impressions, all coming from Tress, but as Babs. I mean, amazing.
Yeah, we love Tress.
Thank you, Mr. Yes, fan art. Rob, my question for you.
Yes.
You're my favorite voice actor. I love all you guys. You've always been my absolute favorite.
For those of you in the back, Rob is his favorite voice actor.
I'm of the opinion that your greatest role was short-lived and unsung.
Oh dear.
Could you tell us about Antoine, please?
Oh, you're Sonic the Hedgehog. Where's your initial?
My name is Leonel.
Leonel?
Yes.
Thank you. Leonel has suggested that his one of the favorite shows of which I would like was Sonic the Hedgehog, the ABC version. I play a character who is called Antoine de Goulette. And I had a blast doing it, but it was great. It was Nancy Cartwright, it was Jim Cummings, who's here, Julia White, Jeannie McSwain directed it, which means it was God, who else I forgot? It was absolutely fun. But remember, nobody points a gun at your head and says you have to be an actor. We chose this, and we are in this percentage of people who are able to make a living, let alone be in the Brad Pitt, Helen Mirren category. So, while certain jobs end up being iconic and career-making, none of them are not fun. They're all a blast. We constantly say to each other, literally like Steve Martin, I hate doing this all the time. So, while I certainly appreciate your question, it sure beats Lipton stuff. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the show.
Tom, where can we see you? Because I know you got Don's up.
Yes. Hey, I'll draw any character you want. Just come by Choice Fiber. Booth 3253.